Good afternoon, Jim.
Hey, Mike.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Good afternoon. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for setting up a call. I really appreciate it. Where's my calendar? We met on Upwork, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Great, good. Yeah, I mean, basically, I just there's an opportunity to import a lot of cars from Colombia and sell them in the U.S. And I just
Okay.
wanted to create and we get really good labor out there, like cheap, pretty good labor for. And we finally found some good repair shops, and we have ways to get cars. And we have a 70 Bronco and a 50 or 60 Chevy that have been fully restored, but there's
Mhm.
still original parts coming in, and we just want to sell them. And I've never done this before. I know I could go like classiccars.com, auto
Yeah.
trader, just post it everywhere with cool pictures and a great copy and stuff. And I intend to do that,
Mhm.
but I wanted to get talk to an expert and see like if there's a better thing I should do, or a faster way, or a more streamlined way, or if there's investors interested, or how, I don't know, just get your opinion.
Yeah, no, great concept. Full disclosure, it's something that I'm pretty passionate about. I've done this for a couple other individuals and working to do the same thing, specifically out of Mexico. Traditionally, they are a great market for older domestic pickup trucks, which is one of the hottest segments today. And when you look at the classic car market,
They have a
um,
ton of FJ50s or whatever, like Toyota, what do they call them?
so that's more Central and South America. So FJs are super popular down there
And I
in
have a guy
Mexico.
on the ground in Colombia who's an American, and he works with me. He knows a ton of people. He's fully integrated there.
Beautiful.
So yeah, so that's the opportunity. Even if it's a smaller margin, as long as we can automate it and get people to kind of pay deposits and stuff, we can do it. And that's something that I'm self-employed. I'm a CPA. I do my
Yeah.
own thing, but I'm international, like business stuff. I speak Spanish and stuff, so I'm always down there, and I have a lot of clients in those places. So it's kind of something that I wanted to scale up, but like again, I don't necessarily the expertise like you would, or
Yeah.
I literally I don't know anything about this. The car is a manual. I don't know how to drive a manual, so I have to figure all that out when it gets here.
No, that's perfect. And obviously, little learning curve, but once you get it, you'll never forget.
Well, I mean,
So
the learning curve you can avoid if you just work with experts, right? So
I've tried to teach my wife how to drive stick. So even though I've been driving stick since I was 14, she still can't pick it up. So there'll be little nuances where you'll figure that out. But one of the things that you said that is pretty impactful is, and I do this on my daily basis, and a little bit background of me, I've been in the automotive space since I was a kid. Currently work for a international fleet management company when it comes to working with fleets when they're looking to defleet assets from vehicles to equipment, traditionally here in the US and Canada, but also throughout Central America, primarily in Mexico. But my passion has always been anything automotive. So I've worked as a mechanic, I've worked at dealerships, I worked at auctions. And the reason I joined Upwork is just to do supplemental income and have fun with it. And when
yeah,
I
you want to
saw
work,
this,
right? Just try and find more jobs and yeah, whatever. Yeah, of
boom,
course.
boom, 100%. So one of the things that you said that I actually talk about on a daily basis is there's always time versus money. So you said it perfectly. Where are you going to get the highest returns, but also what's going to be the quickest sale? And this is going to be where we do the market condition, the market research based on what success looks like to you. And it's really going to come down to the assets themselves. And you said some pretty key things. You're finding units in good condition. You're getting them reconditioned as best as possible.
The Chevy was literally a shell. This was no condition. We probably paid like 13 grand to get it fully refurbished from literally like in a junkyard.
Okay, interesting.
I'm telling you, there's good prices for service out there, and
Okay.
just sometimes it takes a long time. That's the problem. You have to find, and we did trial and error. We started this project like 2 years ago. So
Wow.
it's been insane. Well,
Okay.
COVID shut down, the whole country was there, so we had a lot of some excuses,
Yeah, perfect timing.
but yeah, the good thing is that like really, it's not like it's gonna lose a 1970s car is gonna lose value if I hold it a year. It's already paid
No,
for by me, but yeah.
exactly. And that's what you said earlier is it depends who that buyer is going to be. And to be honest, once we get the asset information, once we get the pictures, once we establish values, that's where now we funnel it to the right channels and making sure that, hey, is this a retail unit that we make sure that the marketplace looks at it as a national or international market? Or is this something that is Facebook Marketplace down in South Florida, or, even here in Colorado, where older Broncos, older C5 Blazers are everywhere today compared to 2-3 years ago. And it's really just understanding the asset as a whole. And once we have the pictures, once we have the documentation, that's going to really point us in the right direction. If it's something that started as a scrap, you documented it through the reconditioning process, is that something that's going to be blue chip worthy? Probably not. But if you find something like an FJ Cruiser that is pretty original, that you have some of the history on it, now you're looking at something that has additional value based on the history of the asset, not just your make, model, what's it worth.
Interesting. Okay. So I just sent, actually, let me check. I think he just sent me maybe I got a video, because Josh literally texted me this morning. I'm gonna actually unpin that one. He sent me. Yeah. Do you use WhatsApp?
I do not. No.
Okay. Let me so like this is the Bronco, right? It's good. We got new seats in it, and they're doing the photo shoot right now. And yeah, I mean, so you can see like we got new seats on it. It has the original engine. So I see some like listed on, like, there's the Ford Bronco website. They sell it for like $300,000, but they put like these Coyote engines in them and stuff, and they're like completely different cars. But these, I've seen them, even unrefurbished ones are going for 30 or 40 or something, so like redone ones that are good to go with. It's basically, it's an old engine, but it's completely redone, so it's gonna last forever. So I mean, it's that's really it, right? And I'm probably gonna go all routes to see how it works and make some systems around it and kind of get some VAs to, or you to help me with some of the posting. I probably, like, I would probably work with, I don't know if you write copy or how you done that, like to sell the cars, but like probably work with you to like write the copy and then use VAs to post it everywhere. And then if you have other like contract with you, just find the best channels to do it. Maybe just get advice on stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I write copy today. One of my primary jobs through Upwork is just doing automotive blogs. Traditionally, it's more on the new vehicle side. I am working with a 4x4 aftermarket part company, so I have some knowledge on that specifically.
Well, I mean,
does come to the Broncos.
It makes sense they would pay. That's like where you'd be getting paid to write that stuff. Yeah, because sure, it's a bigger industry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So that obviously comes into play. The biggest thing is just getting the asset information, knowing all the work that you put into it. I'm assuming it's fully documented of what's been built, what's been rebuilt.
Do we need like a list of that or anything? Like we need that to be...
The more information, the better, because obviously that's going to determine what the asking cost is. And, even in some situations, one of the things that, especially as you look at the return of the investment here, depending on the buyer quality, they're going to ask for more information. If there's some weekend warrior that's just looking for a cool truck, they're not going to care about the history of it. They're not going to care seeing receipts of the rebuilds. But as you start going up and looking for those that may be the investor level, they want that documentation. They want to make sure that, hey, it's not that we don't trust you. We just need to verify that this is actually correct. So whatever the information is, it's always good to have more information. As an accountant, I'm sure you understand that as well. So getting that level of detail is going to be key. Doesn't need to be shown in the copy per se, but having that in the pocket of the prospective buyers is going to help differentiate between a $30,000 truck and a $60,000 truck.
Great. I have a bunch of WhatsApp notes in Spanish, but I guess I'll have to like get it transcribed or something so I can have it written down. So, okay. So that's going to make a big difference with investors.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a lot of dumb money and like crypto money in Miami and stuff too. So I could always, I'll probably just like do the Facebook marketplace, just run some 100%. Ads, drive it around with a sticker on it for like 3 Bitcoin and see if anyone buys it. But
no, and you're not wrong, especially, and that's one of the things that even I've worked on with some buyers out in the Midwest. So I've been here in the desert area for half my life. I went to UNLV for college. I lived in Arizona, and now I live just south of Denver. So looking at the vehicle types out here, we have very little rust unless the vehicle has been in an accident or came from the East Coast over. So even just getting like a 1980s Lincoln Town Car here that has no rust and taking it somewhere in Ohio, that's premium. because everyone that's out there is rusted. So with that said, even if you have the ability to import, and it doesn't have to be a blue chip car, it could be one that Ford made 100,000 of them every year for 10 years. The fact is, if you have a higher caliber condition asset in a marketplace that doesn't have any, well, now you just have the rarest vehicle in the market.
So basically the cost out of pocket to make it worth it, it's basically, let's say, $4,000, depending on the quantity we do to ship it, to get it here on a boat. And then we have like, let's say like 5,000 for ship it here and then to take it wherever it needs to be. So there's just a 5,000 up top cost for getting it where it needs to be sold, right? So that's like the one thing that we have to consider in the margins. But the cars that we did right now, the margins are gonna be pretty good. Even if I sell it for like a quick sale, the Bronco, I should be able to get 40 for it at least, like 50, maybe 50, but that's on a quick sale. I'm hoping to get more, like,
Yeah.
So I guess I'm definitely happy to work with you. You're obviously like I can't even believe I found you on Upwork, because you have a really unique profile, right? It's super specified and like,
yeah, and that's one of the things that I really geared into. So my wife got me connected here, and she's the one that told me, is like, look, make sure that your profile is as specific as possible. I'm an automotive guy. That's it.
And then you see someone pop up. So yeah, I mean, I think I'd like to have you help write the copy for us, and you write the copy, and maybe like let us know what we should, maybe give us a checklist of what we need to prepare for. If you have like a checklist of like where we should be posting stuff, and then write the copy for us, and then maybe we can work together on other stuff. Like I can like send you cars for evaluation or something, and you can let me know if it makes sense. Like if you have an email address for that. So I think that's really what we need to what I'd like to immediately work with you on, and we can go from there, because we'll be in contact on everything, and it's really just a moving thing. So I have the cars, we're getting the pictures. I definitely would, so let me know what you need for all the stuff. I'll give you all the pictures, and I'll share it in a Google Drive probably.
Perfect.
You write the copy, let me know where to post it all, and then we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we can sell some and reinvest it and buy some other ones.
There we go. No, that sounds great. The one thing that I do want to point out, obviously, as somebody with your background, depending on different states, how are you approaching the title work?
Oh, great. I'm glad you brought that up. I would have asked you later. I was going to open a Florida LLC and title it into the name of an LLC, and then just sell the LLC. I thought it would be easier.
I'm not a title expert, but depending on the states and the volume of vehicles you're looking at, you may need a dealer's license. So I don't know if you've looked into that or not.
I haven't, to be honest with you.
So that would be the one thing. I was a licensed wholesaler in the state of Arizona, and the reason for that is, as a private individual, I couldn't sell more than 4 vehicles per year. I don't know what the rules are in Florida, but that would be something to consider.
The thing is, I wouldn't be selling a vehicle. I'd be selling a company. So it would kind of be like, I don't know what I'd have to do with the. Yeah.
But you're smarter than I am when it comes to that.
Well, I mean, is getting a dealer license, like, is that a huge deal?
Yeah, traditionally, no. Depending on which level it is in the state, it was ridiculously easy in the state of Arizona. Obviously, again, it really contingent upon the volume of units.
I have 2 now with none other purchased. So, I mean, it's not going to be a huge volume. I think we can get by with the 2 that I have with nothing.
That's why I was thinking, just put a pin in that one if this is something that needs to be grown. But I would say, as of now, obviously, I think we're better off asking for forgiveness than permission at this point.
Yeah, but I need to make sure I can title the company, like I can actually sell the cars to the people in a way they're comfortable with. Are people comfortable in like taking ownership of an LLC with legal documents? Because like or do they want to go to the DMV with me and sign everything over?
Traditionally DMV, because all vehicles are titled assets in the States. So that would be something to really consider, how to properly do a transaction.
Well, I mean, so the last time I sold my car, I just basically gave the title. Like I had a title in hand.
Yep.
So is that like, I can't just sell the title and write it on the title sheet and give it in hand and be done with that?
I would assume that you'd be good, but this is where the volume comes into play. If the state of Florida or wherever these are titled sees that you're selling multiple units per year and not acting as a dealer, collecting the taxes, that is known to be an issue.
But I
Just put
need
it
to
that way.
register it for sure in Florida and get a title made and pay like a couple $100 for that, for
Correct.
them to make a title for the vehicle, register it, and I need insurance probably before I even title it. Okay, so there's some administrative crap I have to do. But I always had to do that, so I need to get the vehicle sold.
I'm
Okay,
not
so
saying anything new here. Yeah.
you know, I'll probably just go in person, just badger the crap out of the DMV, like go on like a Thursday morning to a
Yep.
distant DMV so that it won't be busy. They're always busy. And no, I think they have separate title agencies in Florida too, instead of just DMVs.
Yeah, different states have third-party title agencies that'll give you some information. Some states do title only, where you don't even need to register. You just flip a title. That's stuff that obviously, if we need more insights, I could share that. I got some information based on some specific states, such as I believe it's Pennsylvania that'll do title only, so you don't need to register vehicles. But again, I don't know if that's applicable to individuals, businesses, LLCs, dealers, yada yada. That's
Okay,
not my
I'll ask the title agencies and figure that out. I'll go to a couple. Okay,
Yep.
great. Well, I have another call at 12:30 that I have to
Yeah.
jump on.
Good to
I'll
talk
wait.
to you, Jim. I'll
You
send
have-
you a note and we'll go from there.
Do we have like the rate? Is that like what you suggested, like the rate or whatever?
Yeah, that's my standard hourly rate.
I don't
Nothing
even
you're
know what
asking
it
for
is.
is too extreme. And
It's
yeah,
it's not hourly
depending on-
intense. It's not super hourly intensive. Okay, sure. So
Yeah.
let's can you send me an offer or whatever, and I'll just accept it in Upwork. I don't use it that much either.
Yeah. No, consider it done. And if it makes more sense to do it outside of Upwork, I can invoice you. We can figure something
No,
out.
you don't want to. You don't get in trouble. I mean, it's cheaper for you. If you want to do that for you, I'm happy to pay you outside of Upwork. But I don't want you to get kicked off of Upwork because they're kind of strict.
They are. I'm not doing it to, make too much money, and we'll figure it out.
Well, it's
Go
up to
down that
you. Let me know how you want to do it. I'll let you take the driver's seat on this one, and I have a
Love the
million other
plan.
things. But thanks, man. Thanks, Mike. Nice to meet you, buddy.
Thanks, Jim. See you,
Be in
sir.
touch. Bye.